We need to learn to accept, to respect the another person's feelings, to understand them, and to let them be free.
Exactly.
Yeah, not keep them in a cage. Let us learn to accept. Yeah.
No, gentlemen, before we get to say goodbye, I want to maybe just ask what each of you, just to share your last words, for should there be a household, should there be a woman or a man watching our show, thinking that, what, I've been going through this violence. Here I've got a, panel of police officers. What can they do? What can the man do? Because maybe he doesn't know that he can get help for his violence, or a woman that doesn't know where to go to and seek for help. What would your advice be?
Yeah, my advice to the public is whenever you happen to involve in this kind of situation, that is gender-based violence, immediately report to the police. Yeah, whenever you report the police, as soon as possible, the assessors will follow you. Yeah, it's not necessary to be quiet, being threatened, being assaulted at home, and then you are just quiet because you are having that fear that, oh, if you happen to report this person, sometimes he might kill me. That person, if he's just doing like that, he will still kill you. Just be patient. Don't be patient for that nonsense. Just quiet for that person to kill you. What are you waiting for? Come and report. Whenever you report, police will assist you as soon as possible. Yeah. I want to add something before on my conclusion. It's all about the jailers. I want this one to be conveyed to each and everybody in the nation. Please, jailers is something which is killing our society, our nation. Likely we having this cell phone, this modern world, we are having these cell phones. And immediately you went through your partner's cell phone, you find some messages, maybe talking about love, which is not fair to you, and then you start assaulting or talking to who is this one. That is the most contributing factor also to domestic violence. Please, at the least, we should be patient. If you see something in your partner's mobile phone, at least handle this matter professional. You must not just rush to feel like this person may be involved in extra affair with somebody else. Please think twice before you kill one. Don't take the law into your
own hands. Absolutely. Totally agree with you. Officer Mokwa.
Yes, just to say, as an intimate partners, we should just have to respect, trust, and each other. So, and to the men, let's just be protective to our women. So let's love them. They should also love us the way, if we give love, it should be in return. So, and some men, they don't report. So I just encourage men to talk to any other person that he trusts that, no, I got a problem. Let's not just keep quiet and wait now.
Is it the issues of men not reporting that they're also being violated?
Yes, they do violence. You keep things inside, then you end up hating that person. So it's better to speak to someone, then we can bring these people together. We can go straight to the police station. So don't have that shy, I'm a man and I'm going to report. That doesn't work. And for women, so let's not stop being reporting men, because he's a breadwinner at home, he provides everything. So I'm not going to report him. Please report so we can have a peace and safe environment. So that, just to say, you are provided with everything, but you are not happy.
Absolutely.
You are not happy. If you are not happy, then it's a broken house already. Yes. What is needed first is peace. Yes.
Okay. Officer?
Thank you very much. Let me just encourage every good Namibian, every neighbor, If you see your neighbor is having a problem that is abusive, please be the voice of your neighbor.
Yeah.
If she cannot speak out on her behalf. You are saving a life.
Yeah.
And to the men, like my colleague here said, also just encouraging them, don't be in an abusive relation, dying silent, because it's killing you inside. Open up to the next person.
Yeah.
Free yourself. Doesn't mean that if you keep quiet, hate the next person.
one. Yeah.
No.
Officer Mundili, I know we're concluding now, and you, in the beginning, you spoke of so much love. Do you think that men in Namibia are scared of being vulnerable?
Yes. Especially when it comes to a status of a woman. Because it's a thing which came those times. Because there is a belief that a man is the head of the house. Yes, there's a belief. But most men doesn't want to be looked down. Like, no, my wife, she's the one who's doing most of the things. I only do a bit.
Yeah.
So I want to be on top there, even I'm not there on top.
Yeah.
So let us accept the way we are. So not expect what we are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love your partner. If she's on top of you, love her. It's good. Build your relationship. Love each other. Don't hate each other.
Love each other, don't hate each other. That in conclusion, Officer Mundili, Amukwa, as well as Amola, thank you so much for joining us this evening. There you go. Now, if you would like to also share your views, your thoughts on our discussion, please do make sure that you also get to comment, also get to share and interact with us. Regain Trust on our social media platform allows you, as men, to also seek for counseling help. Now, our program was proudly brought to you by the United Nations Population Fund, Men Engaged in Namibia Network, as well as Regain Trust. The aim of this show is for us to really engage with matters that's concerning GBV. And as Officer Mukwa has said, that it starts with us. You know, we are not doing our society any justice or any good by keeping quiet when it comes to gender-based violence in Namibia. My name is Adriano. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll take them to the martyr, tie him up by each of their hands. Come on, sons and daughters, we'll laugh at all their hideous plans. Lately I've not walked the hills round J Park, baby. Lately I've not taken pills, no chase down lady. But am I lost? Break my soul, my heart, my will to ensure safety. But can you tame these winds of change that call my name? Or am I lost? If you can't find me, yeah, am I lost? If you can't find me, yeah, am I lost? I cast no stones, nor break no bones, as my peers plainly. I laugh at those who think their words are more life-changing than anybody else.
In a corner of southern Africa lies a vast and sparse land, where endless horizons, dramatic scenery, and untouched wilderness abound. (1,500 kilometers of harsh desert coastline, a mosaic of biodiversity, sub-Saharan savanna, acacia bushland, encased by 2 deserts. Home to wildlife and wilderness abundant, yet ever at risk. This is Namibia, home to some of the most noteworthy conservation success stories across the globe. Initiatives forged, manned, and driven by passionate individuals and groups.
People are busy there walking for more than 45 kilometers a day.
Special species and wild locations under constant threat from an increasingly destructive developing world.
One of the world's true survivors.
This is the story of the Namibian wilderness, the stories of the enigmatic wildlife and natural wonders of her realm.
They are not a threat to anyone, if you understand them.
This is the story of those determined to preserve it, and thereby themselves.
Don't think I want to tell my children one day that we had rhinos in Namibia. I want to show them live rhinos.
This is the story of the last defenders.
We have been tracking them for about 7 days, and on the 7th day, we come across the butchers, and there was a shooting. We are not armed. We having a camera and GPS. We are just hiding behind the bushes. If I don't protect this species, who's gonna do that? So it's that why I sacrificed my life to go on conserve the rhinos.
Armed out in the field with basically a notebook against poachers that are armed with highly dangerous weapons and more. How is this an equal fight?
I started right on the ground as a tracker, and I worked all the way up to be the CEO now, and I know how hard it is. It's commitment and dedication and the patience that you have for the animal. It's really hard. It's like you had something in your house that you are protecting for so long, and when you go away from home, somebody comes and kills you.
This fishing community on Mozambique's northern coast has been hit hard. People here are suffering from high rates of malnutrition, but that's not all. The greatest concern is the high rates of HIV infection and AIDS, the main cause of death in adults and young people across Mozambique. Poor nutrition makes it even more difficult for people to fight the disease. 21-year-old Alima Artur is the daughter of one of these fishermen. A few years ago, she suddenly started suffering from an unknown illness.
Me encontrei desesperada, totalmente triste, minha vida só era chorar. Pensei que eu já estava a ir já.
All this changed the day Alima met Arlek Anna Abel from a project called Chapani. With support from IFAD, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, and the Belgian Fund for Food Security, staff from Chapani work with villagers to combat the dual threats of HIV and malnutrition. When Alima tested positive for HIV and AIDS, Arlette encouraged her to form a support group. Alima chose her father and aunt, who helped her to stay optimistic and healthy. In fact, teaching people to eat well is an important part of Arlette's work.
Eu ensinei elas para que pudesse enriquecer os alimentos para ela poder as hemoglobinas não baixarem. Então, já se alimenta agora de verduras, não só do peixe.
As part of the Chapani project, cooking demonstrations are held for everyone in the community. The session today features the highly nutritious moringa plant, a fast-growing, drought-resistant tree unknown to many locally. Now it has become a popular item in the local cuisine. Maria Machambi, who is not HIV positive, is learning to create her own garden with more than 6,000 other families in the area. The idea is spreading quickly throughout the community, with locally trained volunteers now leading the process.
They share their ideas with their neighbors and everyone gets excited. For us, that is key. Once communities own the process and they don't need an external person to tell them how to cook food, how to prepare it, they do it within themselves.
The success of the project has motivated IFAD to expand nutrition education across the nation over the next 3 years. Meanwhile, Alima is playing a key role in spreading the word about healthy living. Through songs, she informs people about safeguarding against HIV and AIDS, adopting healthy eating habits, and learning to cope with the disease.
Vela, me repara só. Sabe, uma pessoa pode me ver, não saber que eu tenho esse tipo de problema. Hã? Estou bem, hein? Viste?
And with more than 10% of Mozambique's adult population infected with HIV, this message has never been more pertinent. This report was produced by Jonathan Elliott for the United Nations.
Hello world, good morning. We're going to the canoe and the kayak. Kids, are you guys ready for the kayak? Where do you sit? How do you sit?
Sit there and the left.
Oh.
And the African people doing the early morning canoeing. Jonathan and Avril, success. Bantu kan yellow.
Okay, right. I'm following Kayla and Annie. Okay, I'm taking you under the raft. Are you ready?
Hi, I am Kerstin Ohobes Trisep. I'm a medical intern. Africa normally draws its strength from community. I am because you are. Now we're asking the community to break the chain of transmission and stay at home. Help us save lives.
This is my wife, Rajoline. By staying at home, you ensure that my wife comes home to me.
When you're saying things that degrade women, for me, number one, I am not there, because that is basically what I don't believe in. I don't stand for things that degrade women.
What do you think we can add? What do we put in the basket? First of all, let's put Blossom back in the basket.
Look at the person like, man, let's do a song.
Let's do something.
Just
let's
like
collaborate.
Let's collaborate.
The Africans were claiming us.
Yes, exactly. To the rest of the world, they belong to us. Namibia, Baba, Namibia.
I'll help you carry on.
Creating music and putting some stuff out for the people who've been supporting me, that's definitely something that's next on my list.
COVID-19 affects people very differently. Many people show no symptoms at all, but some are hospitalized for weeks. So what does the disease do to your body? The coronavirus enters through the mouth, nose or eyes. It then usually attaches itself to cells lining the nose, throat, airways or lungs. It can turn these cells into factories that multiply and spread the virus. For the majority, a fever, cough and breathlessness are as bad as it gets. But the virus can damage the small blood vessels lining the lungs and initiate clotting. The alveoli are tiny air sacs where oxygen goes into the blood. If they become inflamed, it can trigger pneumonia. Seriously ill patients need to be given oxygen as the lungs fill with fluid and debris.
I legit couldn't breathe. My oximeter was measuring under 88% oxygen levels, which is very dangerous. And the only time I ever thought my life was in danger was at that point.
COVID-19 doesn't just affect the lungs. It can also disrupt the immune system, which is used by the body to fight illnesses. Cytokines are part of the immune system that find and signal infections. For some people with severe COVID-19, this system can go into overdrive. If too many cytokines build up, it can cause an overreaction that damages healthy cells. This is called a cytokine storm for the most severe cases. COVID-19 can lead to seizures or even a coma. It can also cause brain problems that lead to strokes. The immune system overreacting can cause clots that stop the blood supply to parts of the brain. Brain inflammation, psychosis and dementia-like symptoms can also affect seriously ill patients. The average length of the illness is 14 days, but many people have symptoms for much longer. Breathing problems and post-viral fatigue last for months in some cases.
I cannot walk for long simply because I will feel a little bit short of breath and I feel the need to sit down. And that's something that has never happened to me before.
Some of the people who are most likely to develop severe symptoms are older adults and those with underlying health conditions. It's not fully known how anyone will react to COVID-19 until they get it. So it's important for everyone to follow health guidance. What precautions are you taking to stay safe?
We know the world is a crazy place right now, but don't panic. Take a breath, slow down, or better yet, stop completely. We'll still be here when everything settles down. In this time of uncertainty, look to nature. She has all the answers, you know. We're not only giving ourselves time to reset, we're giving nature time to restore, revive, restart. We're saving ourselves and we're saving the world. Stay home now so that we can welcome you to Namibia again soon. Yes, the world's a crazy place right now, but don't despair. Find the joy, cherish hope, breathe. Take a moment, take a few, and someday soon you'll once again be able to stay in wonder at this magnificent view. The world's a crazy place right now, but don't worry, we'll still be here. We'll see you again soon.
Good afternoon. My name is Sikunawan Roma, and I'm a medical intern at the Katutura State Hospital. We, as individuals, you and I, have the opportunity to take control and fight this by staying home, by staying safe, and by staying informed. I appeal to the more fortunate that we lend a helping hand to the more vulnerable and the disadvantaged, especially those in our informal settlements. We should stand together, listen to what we are being told, and together as a country, we can get through this.
know the truth about one man who was persecuted, crucified, hung on the cross for 6 hours, and he was buried and rose from the dead on the third day. Let me introduce you to him.
I know the truth. I can feel today. One man who died and rose again. I know the truth. I can feel today. One man who died and rose again. His name is Jesus. Jesus. One man died and rose again. I know the truth that can free you today. One man died and rose again. His name is Jesus. Is Jesus the one who died and rose again? Can free you today. Jesus died and rose again. His name is Jesus. Jesus, the one who died and rose again. I know the truth that can free you today. Jesus died. Today, His name is Jesus, Son of God.